are not allowed to feed a hungry person in need. Well, believe it or not, it happened to a Houston couple who has spent the past year or so feeding dozens, in fact hundreds of homeless people. The reason? Well, they need a permit. Julie Banderas is live in our newsroom with more on this. Hi, Julie.
Hey, Greg. You know, believe it or not, it is actually a law. In fact, in Houston, Texas, if you want to help the hungry with a home-cooked meal, you're going to have to pay. In fact, as the law in Houston, Texas stands, a license to feed the homeless costs a minimum of $250 for prepackaged food and even more for cooked food. Through their Christian Feed a Friend program, Bobby and Amanda Herring, with the help of about 25 friends, volunteers, have been feeding the homeless in downtown Houston. But city officials on December 30th put a stop to their generosity, saying the couple didn't have a permit. The law requires food for the homeless to come from pre-approved licensed kitchens with a certified food manager, a rule the Herrings say makes it nearly impossible for them to continue their charity work, and they worry the approximate 100 homeless they feed a night will look elsewhere for food in dumpsters or even on the streets.
Not only has there never been anyone get sick, in 15 months there's never been a fight, there's never been a crime committed, there's never been anything but positive come out of this.
Now, in a statement, a spokesperson for the Health and Human Services Department says the following: it is our understanding that they are preparing food in individual homes rather than in a licensed kitchen, which has features that reduce the possibility of foodborne illness. The poor are the most susceptible to foodborne illness and are most challenged in recovery due to reduced access to health care. The Coalition for the Homeless of Houston tells Fox they applaud the generosity of the Herrings, but they do agree with the city. They encourage the couple to join one of the nearly 200 groups that feed homeless around Houston daily. And Greg, the health department is now pursuing an ordinance which would essentially eliminate those registration fees I was talking about for public feeding, which, by the way, is unlikely to pass, unfortunately, anytime.
Yeah, so let me get this straight. Instead of a warm meal from the generous and thoughtful and loving Herrings,
yeah,
and they've been doing it for hundreds of people for more than a year, you know, the homeless should either starve or go eat out of a trash
Yeah,
can.
I should also mention it's not just in Houston, Texas, where this is an issue. In fact, I recall after my wedding, we had all of this food that was left over, so I asked the caterers, let's give it to the homeless. They said, no, actually, it's against the law because of liability issues.
So the food's spoiled.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
All right, we're going to talk. Julie, thanks so much. We're going to have more on this story later in this hour when our legal panel takes a look at both sides in this debate. Stick around.